Hi guys, I hope that you're doing well. I'm just jumping in for a general reading. So I hope that you've had a wonderful day. Welcome back if you are returning back. Sorry, I'm trying to, this thing will not cooperate. If you're returning back, welcome back. If you're not and you're new, my name is Shannon Hensley. I'm glad to have you. My channel's just a little different. I just say buckle up and all that kind of stuff because my channel is intense at times. You and I have freedom of speech and rights, and nobody has to try to come up in here and take our rights away, and I always say that for legal purposes. And I am dealing with a criminal, and eventually I know they're going to go to jail. So anyway, I don't know what's going on with this incense, but it does not want to stay. There we go. All right, guys, we're just going to jump in here and just check some energies here. Thank you, Most High. Somebody is dealing with a kingdom here that is weighed in the balance of God, and somebody's child has something to do with the matter here. It says, "Mene, mene, tekel you foreseen," which means that God has numbered your kingdom and has found it and has finished it, and you've been weighed in the balance and are found wanting. Okay, and then it says here, it says, "Even a child is known by his doing, whether his work is pure and whether it be right." Okay, well, somebody's kingdom is, I just seen the word child. I feel like somebody's child's involved in something, but even a child, their work is known whether something's right or wrong here. And God's saying somebody's in a leadership is wrong. God gets on to leadership a lot out here. Most I, what are you going to bring out about this? You just begin to speak. It says, "At the present time," somebody's bent over the connection, and there's a third party connection out here attached to something going on. Oh, poor baby. Somebody's bent over a connection. Oh, people are nuts. There's a lot of control freak energies in the earth. A lot. Well, anyway, it's at the present time, somebody's weighed in the balance by God, whatever the third party is. Show me this third party energy. What are you going to bring out here? I've just been sitting real still all day today, and I've written a lot of the scripture today, trying to transfer old card decks into new clean decks here. And so I've just been writing out the word of God all day, and so I'm just excited to see what God's going to bring out to judge a situation for a correction, so that somebody gets some type of deliverance in a matter. Hold on just a second here. Okay, somebody's been hazing somebody, so that's a brutal intention that is done on purpose to some newcomer. The word headship is out here, and there's a spiritual death. There's a Democrat coming out, USA, something about friends, the in-laws, the ex for some of you, and something about your father's side of the family. The last card that came out is, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. And you shall not speak in a cause to decline after many, to wrestle with the judgment." Well, somebody's in leadership out here. I mean, we've got political people, parties. The Democrat Party is out here in this leadership at the present time, and somebody just got a judgment by God sitting here saying, look, even a child's work is known, whether it's pure or not. And God's saying somebody ain't pure out here. Okay? Somebody's causing other people to sit here and wrestle with the judgment. God says you don't follow after a bunch of people to go do some crazy crap. People are like, okay, yeah, we'll haze somebody. We'll be brutal to somebody on purpose just because somebody's a newcomer and something. What kind of craziness is that? It cost somebody a spiritual death out here. Wow. So something with your ex is out here, also with third parties. You can take this energy in any direction that you want. So, something about your in-laws, your father's side is at the bottom of the deck. Something on the father's side of the family is out here. All right. talking to American people. Don't care what your culture is in America, but if you're in the USA at the present time and any of this energy affects you, it does affect you because some leadership is out here around something if you're from the United States. The word hopeful is out here. There's that masculine again. It came out in a totally different deck today as well. Okay, well, it's a male energy out here that's either caused somebody to wrestle with a bunch of stuff in leadership today. That's funny because we have the present time that came out today, whatever that is. Look, if I'm talking to a Democrat and whatever this is about, what God don't lie, today somebody's getting judged and somebody's finished in a really big high position in leadership out here. And somebody thought they did something in secret because people haze and stuff in secret and they're brutal to somebody. God's calling your number out here, and God's saying your work is known to be stupid out here, and a judgment is on a person. Family's involved, your in-laws, your friends, your ex is out here. Somebody's bent over a bunch of nonsense, and so somebody did some evil work out here. It's costing somebody in a position. This masculine is, it keeps coming out on the platform. Obviously, it subs on your father's side of the family, and masculine energy is out here. Nightlife. Somebody's suffering in silence over a situation. Look, that hazing stuff is very demonic. You could be dealing with somebody you went to college with as well out here. Show me the in-laws. What are you going to bring out about the in-laws? A heartbreak. Something around your in-laws is heartbreaking. Hold on a minute. The doorway. They could have heard something behind the door, suffering in silence, or they've done something to you to cause suffering in silence. Sorry, that wasn't in the reverse. It flipped over. Show me this friend. We had the friend rune that came out today as well. Something about settling and abundance. It's coming out on your friend. So the friend rune that did come out today does have something to do with increase and promotion. So it's kind of giving off that field there with your friend being involved. Somebody's in-law, for some of you all, has overheard something behind a door. That doorway's come out really strong this week. Okay, taking an adventure is out here. Maybe somebody overheard somebody, hey, let's go take an adventure on something. But something's brutal out here, attached to a bunch of people wrestling within some type of an abusive thing. And there's some type of a judgment taking place with God out here. Let's look at the tarot real quick. Show me the United States of America, USA. Okay. We have something shocking and some type of manifesting your ideas, or an apology, or somebody wouldn't give an apology, or something. It's obviously something's fishy out here. Three of Wands about making a decision. So people from afar is also looking at the United States as well. There's something shocking being said out here. Again, making a bunch of people wrestle around with some type of a judgment that's going on out here, and to follow something evil. Whoever is doing that nonsense. Show me this Page of Cups. Why did it come out here? Why is this Page of Cups here? Sorry about the commercial in the background. Why is this Page of Cups here, Jehovah? So this is a loyalty situation going on. Around family and friends, got a consequence. Somebody's confused some stuff, or confused about, again, wrestling around about making a decision that's going to cause somebody to own something out of this choice. This is a seducing card in the reverse of something here. Show me this masculine here. Spiritual death around somebody, folks. This is like serious stuff. Like when God says I'm judging somebody and cutting somebody off spiritually, their whole eternity, there's no hope for an individual out here on causing some type of brutal nonsense going on. Even over the nation. Show me this masculine. Hold up. For some of y'all, somebody has a right to be bent over a connection out here on this third party. But somebody doesn't have a right to take some type of action and do something brutal to somebody and cause some type of abuse to go on. I don't know. The sun came out with the magician card and the 2 of Pentacles. So the sun was in the crossing here. So this word goes to somebody being sick in the pictograph language. Somebody back and forth, again, wrestling back and forth on decisions. Somebody's being warned. If this has not happened yet and somebody's fixing to get up and be fishy in their freaking communication, some political freaking party, and to do something, if this has not happened yet, and causing somebody to go back and forth and wrestle against something. And somebody also is taking money to physically, secretly exchange something for this hazing nonsense to go on. The Aleph head shows us a leadership that is out here at the present time. Leadership, okay? Getting up and speaking. This is a house of communication. If this has not happened yet, you're seeing a spiritual death going to come out of something. Somebody's going to be weighed in the balance. And even a child is known by his doing, whether his work is pure and whether it is right. Something is not right. God's saying it's not right. There's friends involved for some of you all. For some of y'all, it's just somebody on your father's side. For some of y'all, it's your ex or all of the freaking above. There's a bunch of people involved in stuff just wrestling around with the decision. So whoever's got the fishy communication, you're being warned. You're going to spiritually die on something. There's organization right there. There's the Hierophant. Somebody better get a clue about something. Somebody does know. Somebody, whatever this is about, somebody knows they're suffering in silence on something that they know. Puzzled is underneath that card, and your family is underneath that. Somebody needs to cut some ties. It's real heavy. So this is about settling. You don't need to settle. You don't settle for second best for nothing. Somebody ain't walking the walk out here in truth. Whatever this is, we don't settle for nothing. We settle for nothing but the truth. Snake in the grass, stomp on it. It's also a truthful person out here involved in something, okay? Something bright's going to be for those of you who are upright and you're getting a download and some type of counsel from God. He gives you the right to stomp on the head of a serpent out here. Most High says you need to have a talk with your kids because it's important. Well, that page is out here. Your friends are out here. You're on your something about, you know, your in-laws on the father's side of your family and your ex and all that stuff. There's a connection out here. Your parents. So again, something about you are loved. It jumped on settling. The park. Something happened at the park. You interpret it. The letter N is coming out. Thick through my hands. And thou shalt take no bribe, for a bribe blinds the wise and perverts the words of the righteous. That's all we see on this platform is bribes. Don't matter what deck we use, it just comes out over and over again. Somebody's next door neighbor is out here involved in something. Making progress. Okay? This is about being loyal. And regardless if other people aren't, you are, because you're not going to settle. Sun's going to come out for you. And whoever's sick in some matter out here, too bad. Somebody's getting demoted and somebody's being promoted in something out here. Okay, 77, there's going to be justice. Okay, somebody's making some progress out here on something. Freedom. The United States also connected with freedom, but somebody's going to get some freedom of something. And it says, I give to you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing by no means shall hurt you. There's a snake in the grass. And so God brings out Luke 10, and he gives you the power to stomp on whatever this is for you. If you'll do it. Thank you for revealing, Yehovah, and forewarning that somebody's soul is on the line. The Dagaz, which is the letter D. It looks like an hourglass. It looks like a bow tie. Time is running out on something out here. This is a plot around some relationship that's gone on out here. Okay, there's third-party connection. Somebody's bent over that connection. For some of y'all, you have a right to be bent, and for some of y'all, your ex is still out here doing some stupid stuff. They don't have a right. They plotted some crap in some situation, even at the top of the nation, talking to government, I guess. The D is the Emperor card as well. So we do have leadership. We do have a headship. The Aleph head represents a headship as well. Okay, so anyway, the D and the N is the Hebraic word for a judge. Somebody's getting judged out here. Somebody, again, needs to not wrestle or follow a multitude to wrestle around with some type of a judgment. It's going to have some type of OMG, even spiritual death to something out here, folks. Okay, the letter N can take us to eternity. The letter N can also take us to apathy and rebellion, and the negative of that letter here. So there's choices being made. Okay, somebody's trying to manifest their own ideas in a slippery type of a way, and there's a judgment. Okay, the judge of all judges is coming out here. It's incredible because Dan is what this would be in the Hebraic. Somebody's name could be Dan, but Dan was also considered an adder in the way. And you got snake energy out here. You got snake in the grass, and then God brings out, I give you the power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. God's given you the power to stomp on something that's going on and make a right decision and with clarity. Something's being exposed if you will just get real still and go within and get the download from God in a very physical way, and then there's going to be freedom. Okay, you're going to make some progress in whatever this is. God's already put a judgment on a headship. So what's it going to be? You weighing in the balance. People are being separated, and pick a side is what I'm hearing. Okay? All right, folks, until next time, shalom. Good luck.